Hey there, shine always. Have an awesome Monday. Today's Monday in my neck of the woods. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting the journey as I transition from brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business. 48, lots of years in business. Started my first business when I was 13, so you can do the math. And have had businesses and worked in corporate America for over a quarter century simultaneously. So, in at least 27 different industries in the offline world. Then came in the online world in 2016 after selling my business in 2016 and 2017. I decided after my divorce, I was old enough to retire, but I didn't really want to just retire and travel around. I wanted to do more still. And I'd always been curious about the online world, but I'd never really given myself permission or had the opportunity or taken the opportunity to explore and get involved in the online world. I mean, I think I had a Facebook. I had probably had a Twitter account because I set that up when my dad was at Mayo, and I think it was the time he had the Lone Star tick bite, and they didn't know what was wrong with him. I think that's when I did Twitter, but it could have been his open heart surgery. I don't remember. Thinking about my dad today, it's actually would be his 87th birthday. He died 7 years ago this December 21st, and I miss him every day. My eyes watering. I think it's sympathetic eye watering today because I miss my dad, and he had an eye that watered too. And so it's interesting. All of a sudden this morning, my eyes watering, and I'm like, all right, I already know it's Dad's birthday. I don't need the reminder. So I'll message and call my mom a little later today after I do my videos and just chat with her because I know she misses him every single day. And I miss him every single day too. I didn't realize until a few years after his death what a huge void that created in my life, and that I was actually having to go through the whole grieving process, as we all do. But I didn't think it would affect me as much as it did, and of course it always does. Whenever we lose a parent or someone close to us, it affects us in ways that we didn't necessarily anticipate. And grief is a journey like any other process, and a process like that we all need to go through, and we'll all experience it differently, just like we do every other experience that we have. So today, our idiom, our expression for supersize your business, our money idiom, we're doing money idioms for the month of November, was about feeling the pinch, feeling the pinchers. And I talked about turtle heads. If you don't know what turtle heads are, I don't recommend them. They hurt. They're little tiny pinches of like your arm or legs or something. I had a sister that was like a professional turtle head giver when we were kids. And my granddaughter's got that too. She's just her little bitty fingers and her little hands, my youngest granddaughter. And I guess my other granddaughter did it too, but she's 6 now, so she knows better. But the 9-month-old she grabs your skin and does a little pinches like on your underarms and the back of your arms or your chest or your face. She likes to grab your face and things and pinch. It's just so funny. So I get to feel the pinch literally every day. Financial pinch is what that particular idiom or expression means. It usually refers to feeling some kind of a financial shortfall or things that cost more than they used to. Think inflation. Anybody experiencing that? Think of things that aren't available that normally are available. Think COVID-19. I think every single person on the planet in some way, shape, or form felt some sort of a pinch, even if it was an emotional pinch or a physical pinch and uncomfortableness during the pandemic and the ensuing this year or two. 2021 has been even more asinine and crazy than 2020 was. And I thought 2020 was crazy. So we're all feeling the pinch. We'll continue to feel the pinch if we choose to participate. I choose to not participate in the pinch. I choose to not focus on the BS and the nonsense that's going on, and to continue to move forward toward creating the businesses, the life, the dreams that I want to experience, not the nonsense that the media and the politicians and every other idiot who wants to think that they're elite and better than everybody else wants us to think that we have to experience. I'm choosing not to participate in any of that. And I invite you to do the same. I invite you to always be taking action to create the life that you want. And action just happened to be our no-nonsense November topic today. We talked about action, the fact that we need to take it. We want to have a prejudice toward taking action. We want to make sure it's inspired action, committed action. When we make a decision, a choice, or a commitment, we want to make sure we're taking some sort of action immediately to reinforce that decision, to reinforce that commitment to ourselves. And we want to make sure that our actions, our intention behind all of our actions is to move us toward what we want in some area or aspect of our life. Our annual challenge today was about warmth and cold, which is kind of perfect since it snowed here over the weekend in Wisconsin, western Wisconsin, and we still have a dusting of snow on the ground. It looks really beautiful, I have to admit, but I am one of those people that prefers warm over cold. So as beautiful as snow and winter is here in my home state of Wisconsin, I like to watch it from the warmth of my home, either by the fireplace or in the nice warm furnace, or wrapped up in a cozy little blanket, because I don't like being cold. I like being warm. I think it goes back to 2020 when I was frozen for 10 days as part of my sudden cardiac arrest treatment. They did that freezing thing where they freeze you, and they actually don't freeze you, but they cool your blood and filter your cold blood through you to protect your organs and brain. And I totally appreciate that, because if it weren't for that procedure, I would not be here, number one. And number two, I might not be able to speak, or I might have been in some other ways mentally or physically incapacitated. And for the most part, even though the kids might tell you, my kids might tell you that I forget things sometimes, pretty much, knock wood, my usual self. Probably a better version of myself in that I am much less stressed and much more positive and much more focused on creating a great life than I was in 2020. So 2010, that was back in 2010. 2020 was a fun year. I feel kind of guilty saying that, but from a personal experience standpoint, I sort of felt like the rest of the world joined me in the changes that I had been making due to vision challenges the previous couple of years. So it was a little selfish, but I thought 2020 was a very interesting year. And I think that hopefully in the future, the history books will report it right and accurate and fairly, and we'll do some digging into what really went on, because we're definitely not being presented with that in any way, shape, or form in media, social media, anywhere. It's all marginalized, it's all manipulated, it's all a lot of lies and stuff that again, I just choose not to participate in it and do what's right for me and those I love and care about. So what's our annual challenge was about what good is warmth without the cold. I say I just rather be warm. Love to know in the comments below, are you a cold weather or a warm weather person? I am definitely, I'd much rather be overheated and a little too warm than too cold. That's just my personal preference. It's like being a morning or an evening person. We are all different, and that's what makes us unique and special, and that's what makes this world a freaking incredible place, is that we are all different. And it's not about the racism or prejudice nonsense that the media is purporting. It's realizing that as human beings, we are all equally amazing, infinite, and beautiful and valuable, infinitely valuable, but we're also all different, unique in our thoughts and experiences, and that is what makes the world work. But it also means we can still say no to evil. All right, I'm wandering, I'm meandering. I never do that, do I? Oh yeah, every day. So the next Get Up and Go challenge, the next 30-day Get Up and Go challenge, free, teaching the SOAP framework, which is a simple 4-step process that helps us to make changes and challenges as easy as breathing, as automatic and easy as breathing for us, by applying the SOAP framework, the SOAP process, and doing it through a 30-day challenge that allows us to practice it in each of the different areas and aspects of our life, so we can install it in our subconscious and not have to think consciously about it in the future, because we know that we will always automatically go through it and be better off than before we had a change or challenge happen in our life. So that's what I'm working on. Thinking about next year, what I want to do for our annual challenge. I was talking to my daughter about it yesterday, about an idea that I've got that I've been working on for a month or so now, and how I will actually pull it off and do that, and what the process would look like to do that, because it's very different. It wouldn't go along with a little book. It'd be one we create ourselves, and we'd actually have to do a little bit of effort into it. And I think I'm ready to be more proactive in my annual challenge than just, okay, here's the page, I read it in the morning, what is it, then I share it, and I later or sometime during the day write my comments and do my homework, and then the next day, well, what is it? And I just share it. And again, this has been really powerful and helpful to me personally. My daughter was saying, really centered, Mom? You're not all that centered. And I'm like, can you imagine what I'd be like if I hadn't been working on it for 318 days so far? And she laughed. And it's true. I mean, even if we don't feel like we're making progress, I guarantee I had a lot more fun in 2020 because I was doing one fun thing every day with my granddaughter than I would have if I wasn't doing the challenge. I had a lot more courage and I stepped out of my comfort zone a lot more in 2018 because I was doing a daily, do one thing every day that stretches your comfort zone or that scares you. Do one thing every day that scares you. And in 2019, I was happier because I did one thing every day that makes you happy. And this year, I guarantee, whether my daughter notices it or not, I am much more centered and much more focused and much more happy than I was 319 days ago now. So, annual challenge next year. It's going to be a surprise. It's going to be something totally different than what we've done. And I'm starting to get excited about it because I like when I do something totally different. I like when I change it up and take action, move toward the intent of what it is that I want. And what I like about it, and I'm leaning toward doing it, is why I'm going to share this, is it allows us to work on all the different areas and aspects of our life, not just one, but the process and the actions that we take every day will be moving us in the direction we want our life to go, but we can pick and choose what area we want to specifically target and work on for maybe a 30-day period of time, maybe 10 days at a time, maybe a week at a time. I don't know, I'll have to think about, do we want to do 52 week at a time themes or something, or monthly themes? I haven't decided yet. If you've got an opinion about that, please share it in the comments below, because I would love to make it work for you, not just for me. I always make it work for me, but I want to make it work for you as well. All right, have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye.